Okay, this software is a pain in the butt. It took me forever to actually get this thing started because YouTube's instructions on live streaming these days are pretty darn vague. They're not making it very easy for us. So, welcome back to the Sunday live stream, and I've already, here I am by myself, talking to myself. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This modern streaming thing says connect to stream software. I don't have any streaming software. This computer is bare bones. Anyway, hello there to Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy. 6 views, 1 like already. Thanks, guys. I'm not sure what else to talk about. Hello to Darren. I've finally gotten, I don't know what else to report on. I'm kind of all over the place right now because my brain is still stuck. It's in a galaxy far, far away right now because I was rereading some fan fiction and I looked at the time like, oh, yeah, Sunday live stream. I forgot. Okay. Superhero kind of guy has been bugging me about Vader versus Kylo Force of Darkness. I have not watched that yet. It is on my list. I'm going to try and react to that later, possibly upload that for the reaction channel on Monday. If I do, I will post a link. Hello, Jeff. I will post a link in the community tab on this very channel. So anyway, wow, 7 people watching already. This is going well. Sadly, I did not have any plans of what to discuss today. So today is just going to be a little Q&A session. I don't know if I can rename this midstream, but I don't think so. Let's pop out chat. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I'm not very good at running these things. Anyway, we'll wait for some people to show up and then wait for some questions. Yay. Yay! Hello! Yay! Superhero kind of guy. Hello, Jurassic Guard. I don't know how to do it, though. What is this? If I click buttons, what happens? Okay, that's just the URL. I see no options for this. Participants, pop-out chat, toggle time. No, there's no way to change the title midstream. Yeah. And guess what? I haven't even had lunch yet, so I'm a little bit all over the place. Anyway, welcome back, guys. Like I said, I could not think of anything to talk about. Okay. First question, or second question. Anyway, question from Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy. By the way, your username, you need to switch that around. It's director, then okay. I'm gonna put it down in the chat so when it's restated. All right. But you're really close. There. Don't forget your what? Yeah, I know. It's okay. TF2 watching this in the background. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Jurassic Guard. If you're just here for the show or whatever, go for it. Okay. Special thanks to a superhero kind of guy. 11 people watching, 5 thumbs up already. Sweet. I may be leaving shortly to grab lunch once it's ready because, like I said, I haven't eaten yet, but if I end up having to carry my laptop over to my table, which is an absolute mess, I still need to grab water and food, and then we can get this show on the road, I suppose, even though nobody's on the road right now and gas is really cheap. Darn. What a time for me not to have my own vehicle. Oh, well, where am I going to go anyway? Hello. Yes, stickers. I remember stickers. I've still got some stickers. if I can dig them up somewhere. Where did the stickers go? Here they are. I've still got them. I still got the stickers. Ah, hello. And whoa. Okay, and this is a mess. I've still got quite a few of these things, although once I get paid again, and once Sticker Mule runs another sale, whatever kind of stickers they're running a sale on, I will get some of those printed up pronto, because that's the only time I can afford to get more stickers. I've still got a ton of these. Wow, these kind of remind me of those old Pogs from the 90s. Anybody remember Pogs? They were like cardboard circles you would slam down, and whichever one's flipped over, I think you got to keep. It was like the 90s kids version of marbles, but it never really caught on because of all the digital stuff coming out. But yeah, I've still got so many of these Hope stickers, it's not even funny. So if anybody wants these things, you can send me a message. Yes, I'm aging. I'm dating myself with talking about Pogs. But yeah, about the same size too. Maybe I could bring them back. And I've got a lot of these. I got a package of 50 and I've got a ton. So if anybody wants these stickers, all you need is a self-addressed stamped envelope sent to the address in the description box in some of the older videos. I've stopped posting it. In most of the video, you kind of have to dig for it because of what's going on. I'm a little bit wary of getting things in the mail, but yeah. And the other stickers I've still got a few of. I've still got the Tripping Jedi stickers. I want to make up some more designs, but I've been too occupied trying to get my channels, plural, working again, and trying to keep busy and writing stories. And I've just been way too busy to think about making more sticker designs. I want to make some that say Clumsy Crew, and I want to make more Clumsy Jedi logo stickers. That's probably going to be what I do next. So yeah, I've still got about 12 of these. So yeah, anybody wants stickers, all you need to do is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will put down, if anybody wants to know, I can type in the address, the mailing address, into the chat box. A Slammer, I think it was called a Slammer, answering Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy, who asked what was the heavy Pog called. It was I'm pretty sure it was a Slammer. I never had more than 3 though, because my parents thought they were silly. The only thing we ever ended up collecting was really, really old baseball cards, even though we never watched baseball. And my brother had some Pokemon cards. Now my nephew has, or had, a bunch of Pokemon cards. But no, we never really collected anything. Mostly because we were broke growing up and couldn't afford to collect anything. Hello to George Martinez. Stick? I don't see any stick. But yeah. Stick as in stickers. I want to make more stickers for you guys. I really do, because I'm a sticker fan myself. And I want to be able to give more to you guys. Oh, yeah, Harry Potter cards. I went to a board game. Board games. We had a bunch of board games when I was growing up. That was our main form of amusement. We actually never had checkers, interestingly enough. Oh, superhero kind of guy, I'm going to give you like virtual hugs. Thank you so much. Hugs, all the hugs. This is great. I think Cluedo, I have no idea. Clue. We did not have Clue. Our main board games growing up were, we had little kids games like Candyland and Monopoly Junior. We also had Othello, which we still have. It's based on the Chinese game Go. It's got these black and white discs that you capture it, and if you put it in a straight line with other colors, you can flip them, and at the end of the game, the person with the board that has their color, either white or black, that they win. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like my favorite board game ever. But we never had checkers. We've had chess occasionally. Like we got a chess set and chess board, but nobody really plays it. We played a lot of card games like Go Fish, especially. When I was older, we learned how to play poker, even though the only thing we bet was like we didn't really have anything to bet. I think we had chip and point, but everybody got a little too competitive, so we stopped playing it. But yeah, we played. Oh yeah, we also had Mousetrap. Anybody remember Mousetrap? You know, the game of zany action, a crazy contraption. The fun is catching its Mousetrap. What's bad is I remember every single one of those jingles. I also had, and none of these board games lasted very long because we had dogs that got a hold of the cardboard and destroyed them. So, okay, what was on the list? We had Candyland, Monopoly Junior, Othello. We had a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs board game where you had to build a cardboard hill and the dwarves would race to the top of it. And at the top, you would pull out a peg that would make the witch fall down. And it was really neat. I really liked it. I don't remember what it was called, but we had that one. What else did we? I know we had more board games than that, but I can't remember what they were. There was Trouble. Anybody remember Trouble? I got that for my birthday a while ago. It had these little pegs that you'd move around, and the die was in a little popper, and you'd push it down. It would jump up and roll the dice. That was neat. So, and when my niece and nephew came along, we got other board games in the house for, grandkids, for my parents' grandkids, my nieces and nephews. We've still got a version of Candyland and Chutes and Ladders. We've also still got Othello, and we've also got Lord of the Rings Monopoly. We've never had the original Monopoly, just spin-offs. So, at one point I had a Star Wars chess game, but I sold that to get food for my dog when things were tight. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for the compliment, George. Yeah. Anyway, we mostly had board games and card games growing up, but they never lasted. We always lost the pieces. We lost so many different pieces. I mean, whether they were moved or they got chewed up by a dog or, yeah. I've got a whole big list of board games and puzzles that I want in my house when I finally move out. Checkers, chess, maybe some form of Monopoly. Not sure what else. But yeah, I love board games. I've never played Clue, which is driving me crazy. I want to play that game so bad, but unfortunately, no. Yeah, Star Wars Monopoly. I want that so much someday. But yeah. Oh, interestingly enough, we were talking. Ooh, do I smell lunch? I think I smell lunch. Lunch might be done. Now I'm getting hungry. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I just got a notice in the email. Thank you very much to who was it? Superhero kind of guy. Yeah, virtual hugs and high fives. But I smell lunch and I'm getting hungry. I will be right back. We'll just go ahead and leave this going. And I'm going to grab some water and nachos. I smelled nachos. I'm going to grab water and nachos and then I'll be back because I am really hungry. So speak amongst yourselves. we go. Misa back. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean, Jurassic Guard. Don't worry about it. What about second breakfast? Jeff and I were talking about that not that long ago. But yes, I now have homemade nachos, which in our house, it's regular cheese melted on chips with salsa over the top. Yum. Insert Homer Simpson drool pic. But yes, if you guys don't mind the crunching noises, I'm going to eat. Elevensies, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. He knows about them, doesn't he? I wouldn't count on it. What's Tater's precious? I love it. That's great. No. It's not the salty stuff that brings on diabetes, it's the sweet stuff. My original plan on Easter was to have like a whole bunch of nasty, sugary stuff, but I had no self-discipline. I ate all the chocolate and all I had left was the jelly beans. So, oh well. Good food. Good. Yes. But yeah, this is really easy. These are literally the easiest nachos ever. You don't need liquid cheese. You just need real cheese. Any kind of tortilla chips you want. Heck, if you want to get really ambitious and unhealthy, you could use Doritos. And then just put the cheese on it and the salsa and just pop it in the oven or the toaster oven or heck, even the microwave until the cheese is melted. So yeah, these are like the best nachos. Jalapenos. That's in the nachos. All right. Pardon the chewing. What brand of salsa? We use any kind. Some sort of picante salsa, although sometimes we get ambitious and use drained pico de gallo, which is really good, but only on the if the cheese has already been melted. My favorite kind of nachos, though, whoops, I should have grabbed a napkin. My favorite kind of nachos, though, is this. And then after it comes out of the oven, you top it with fresh guacamole. Oh, yum! And maybe extra hot sauce. Hello to Darth Crosis. Good morning from the Pacific time zone. It's good afternoon over here, but morning, afternoon, whatever. It's nacho time for me. All right. Got a question from George Martinez. Which Star Wars character has the best helmet? I don't know. Star Wars character with the best helmet. I'd have to say the original Boba Fett. Ghost pepper salsa? Ugh. I think I can handle that. My heat tolerance to spicy things used to be really high, but ever since I had Thai food that was near the bottom of the spice thing, that was the most painful internal experience of my life, and I'm not going to go into detail. Yeah, that scared me away from anything spicy, like permanently. And these days, even sriracha or hot salsa, that's way too hot. Oh, wasabi, that's a fast burn. Thankfully, it's like a flash in the pan. But wasabi goes straight to your nasal passages. And, okay, now I need a tissue. Most of the other peppers, they're more of a slow burn, and it builds the more you eat. So even Flamin' Hot Cheetos are hot to me these days. So the spicy, oh, poor Jeff, the spicy tolerance gene skipped me, unfortunately. That's okay. You know, we can, if you're up to it, we can slowly build up your tolerance and maybe mine at the same time. I don't make things as spicy as I used to, so I think you're safe. I remember the Chinese mustard. That stuff is so strong. We used to visit a Chinese restaurant all the time whenever we visited my grandma who lived in Hemet, California. There was something called Panda Express, but it was not the fast food place. It was totally different, and it was aboard an old train in Beaumont, either Beaumont or Romo. It was in Romo, California. And that place has been through several different hands since. But when I grew up, it was a sit-down Panda Express. It had white tablecloths. And for an appetizer, I remember we always ordered egg drop soup. And on the table, you know how in Italian restaurants they put like bread on the table or whatever? It was those crunchy noodles and a dish. On one side was sweet and sour sauce. On the other side was the hot mustard. So I remember that stuff very well. I think it's basically pure vinegar and mustard powder, which is that will definitely clear your sinuses. Dogs for a walk. Hello to the dogs. Entire habanero. No, I'm not spice tolerant at all. But welcome back, Cotton Cat. Yum. I'm perfectly content with nachos, and I haven't heard about that rumor, superhero, but honestly, I don't really care. Any new Star Wars coming out, I don't, I'll finish up Clone Wars Season 7 and finish up Mandalorian. I want to see the Cassian Andor series. I really want to see the Kenobi series. Beyond that, I mean, unless something really surprises me, the new Star Wars, the kids can have it. I'm content with the Skywalker saga and Rogue One and Rebels. So, hello to Jast or Jost, whatever. Oh, you're looking for nachos on DoorDash. We don't have that out here. We don't have any sort of home delivery except for pizza. New Star Wars TV show in development that's supposed to be female-centric. I haven't heard about that, and I have no feelings about it one way or the other, because like I said, Episode 9 is the last Star Wars I ever, probably the last movie I ever see in the theater. And after the Kenobi series, the kids can have it, I like The Mandalorian, and I really like Rebels and the later seasons of Clone Wars. Beyond that, yeah, the kids can have it. You had Arby's. Oh, I can't have anything from Arby's because of being gluten-free. There's nothing there except for the Arby's sauce or the soda that I can have. Okay. All right. Go for it, superhero guy, if you have a question. Okay, that's dipping into Hollywood politics, and I'm not going to get into that. Oh, good question. Okay. Uh-oh. Hello. Interesting question from Cotton Cat. I've always wondered how Tatooine spices taste. That's a very, very interesting question. Whoa. What I'm looking for is a recipe on how to put certain spice blends together and actually make the stuff from Galaxy's Edge at home, or at least something that tastes like it. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to go there within the next 10 years, if ever. But at any rate. Okay. Question from Jurassic Guard. I need to backpedal a little bit here. So what would you do if the Jedi successfully arrested Palpatine and tried to sue him? You were a senator and being a Sith wasn't illegal. That's a weird idea. Palpatine wouldn't have lived, honestly. If Anakin hadn't shown up, or if he had teamed up with Mace and actually taken him out, I strongly suspect Palpatine would not have lived beyond that. So, because based on what you said, he's too dangerous to be left alive. So, no, he wouldn't have. Nothing. It's okay. So, again, sorry about the crunching if it bothers anybody. I know some people are seriously bothered by chewing sounds, so my apologies. Interesting. Superhero guy. Good question. If Rey and Kylo could use the Force to stop the craft from flying away in the Rise of Skywalker, then how come Darth Vader didn't use the Force to stop the craft from flying away with the Death Star plans in Rogue One? I don't know. The way Vader was going about taking out the rebels, he was in a really bad mood. He was pretty PO'd, and that was his twisted form of Sith stress relief. He he already knew, okay, we can track him anyway. No big deal. I kind of want to slice and dice a few more people anyway. It was a twisted version of enjoying the chase. That's my theory, at least. Mm. Yeah, yeah, that would exactly. Agreed, Richard Hive of Scum and Villainy. It's a very good point. Palpatine did kind of lose on purpose. He wanted sympathy because I'm so weak, and he's throwing lightning out of his fingers. Typical lying politician, by the way. Oh, I'm so weak. Let me jump into my private jet. Vader was more Mandalorian than Sith. I don't know. Vader had a twisted... Honestly, I think he was just having a bad day, and he's like, you know what? I don't care. I can catch these guys anyway. I mean, whoop-de-doo. Maybe he was tired. I don't know. Okay. Next question from Jurassic Guard. Sort of old, but what did you think of Maul being in Solo? Honestly, as much as I love Ray Park and his portrayal of Maul, it feels like overkill. I mean, first of all, agreed, Darren. I wish they hadn't brought back Maul in the first place because, honestly, resurrecting dead Sith is getting old. It was old in the Legends thing where they kept resurrecting Palpatine over and over and over again just because they couldn't come up with a better villain. It's like, let sleeping Sith lie. I wish they hadn't resurrected him in the first place. While the character is portrayed very well in Clone Wars by Sam Witwer, like his madness and all that, they just should have let it go. You know what I mean? Because bringing back someone who's dead takes away the accomplishment of the person that killed him. Like, bringing back Maul, stomped on that accomplishment that got Obi-Wan promoted to Jedi Knight, which was the killing of a Sith Lord. And plus, there are vital organs below the spot where he got sliced, at least in a humanoid species. Sith or not, keeping himself alive with the dark side or not, he should not have lived. Palpatine's actually more acceptable than Maul because Palpatine was just another clone. Maul, it was like, oh, just die already. Anyway, let it flow. Yeah, it's that's my only rant. That's honestly the biggest thing that annoys me about Star Wars. When they keep resurrecting dead villains, like, oh, just no more. Come up with something else. Anyway, more nachos. All right. I'm taking more questions. Sweet. Almost a half hour in, 13 people watching, 10 thumbs up. Yay. It also robbed Obi-Wan's defeat of Maul and Phantom Menace. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Jabba in the hologram at the end of Solo. Wretched Hive, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah. They cut out the reason why he came back in the movie. I don't get why. Yeah. It's who can tell the minds of editors? Honestly, what I'm looking forward to, I badly want to see those deleted scenes from Rise of Skywalker. Whether they're unfinished or not, I want them. I needs them, precious. Anyway. But in the meantime, I'm just going to have to content myself with hello. Who are you? And I'm dropping cheese. Zizer? Yeah, Prince Zizor, Scissor. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Yes, I would have loved it if they had put a nod to Black Sun. If it was instead of Crimson Dawn, if they used the old Black Sun, that would have been sweet. Especially with Prince Zyzer, the dude with the pheromones that was really weird in Shadows of the Empire. If they put him at the end of Solo, that would have gotten my attention. I would have liked it a lot more. Okay. Superhero kind of guy is asking, what do you got planned in your upcoming next few vids? Not much. If I can manage to order the Blu-ray for Rise of Skywalker, my local Walmart, it's totally sold out. All they got are the dinky little DVDs, but all the Blu-rays there are gone. You can only order it online, and I think it's on back order right now. Anyway, I don't have a heck of a lot of ideas. I can't get a hold of any refrigerator boxes because all the appliance stores, at least as far as I know, are closed. So I don't know. Okay. JB Frost. Hello, JB Frost. Was there ever a reason why The Force Unleashed was rendered non-canon? I mean, the main character's symbol was what became the insignia for the Rebels. Plus Starkiller base. I mean, seriously? Well, Starkiller wasn't the original origin of the name Starkiller. That was Luke's original last name. From what Mark Hamill has said, the copy of the script that he read was The Adventures of Luke Starkiller, taken from the Star Wars Journal of the Whills Saga 1 or something like that, some crazy title. But yeah, Luke Starkiller was his original last name. When they figured Killer was too violent a last name for the hero, so they changed it to Skywalker instead of Starkiller. But honestly, I was never a fan of The Force Unleashed. I tried to read the book, but the way it portrayed Vader, I didn't agree with. I didn't like it at all, honestly. So I don't miss The Force Unleashed. Unpopular opinion, I know, but I didn't like it. I happen to agree with George Lucas. He was too overpowered. Agreed. All right. Resurrecting the mercs after their blood was sucked out in the TF2 comics? Ooh, that sounds... Okay. Jurassic Guard, that is such a weird comment. I don't think I can even comment on that comment. I'm getting weirded out. I mean, what the heck? Luke Sith Blaster. It's okay, Jurassic Guard. Don't worry about it. I'm just easily weirded out because I've lived a sheltered life. I mean, the town I'm living in now has got somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500 people. So, yeah. I stopped really paying attention to Star Wars games after Jedi Academy, the one that came after Jedi Outcast. Because those were my favorites. Yeah. Okay. That works. Sith. Oh, no! That's a funny idiot Cotton Cat who says, I'm just waiting for a crossover between Star Wars and Jurassic Park. Jurassic Sith. Oh, dear. Darren's asking, anyone play the Revenge of the Sith video game? Not me. Not a gamer. Although, from what I saw, it was kind of meh. But what do I know? Jurassic World 3 Return of the Galactic Scooby Snacks. That's funny. All right. am still taking questions and suggestions for vlogs. Zoinks! Good one, Jeff. Nice. We got 11 people watching, 11 likes. Okay, I got a funny idea. If we could get 11 people watching and 38 likes, that would give us 1138, which I think would be cool. Like, hey, Scoob, let's go check out the raptor pet. Oh my goodness. That is funny. Oh man. Anything where John Williams does the music, that's great. Mm-hmm. Sith Tycoon Death Star DLC. These crossovers are priceless. I love it. That reminds me, I've been playing Roller Coaster Tycoon a lot. I found like a $2 version off a place called Good Old Games. They're having a clearance, and I love that game so much. It's played on an emulator. I can't get enough of that game. It's one of the few games, the build games, I was always better at, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Embarrassingly, I do play Sims 4 occasionally, but the build mode's a lot more fun than the gameplay. So yeah, I like building stuff. Reason being, I grew up with Legos. The Lord of the Sith, the Fellowship of the Jedi. 14 people watching, 14 likes. Lord of the Rings and Star Wars crossover. That would be really funny. I wonder how many people have put lightsaber blades on some of the sword fights in there. I need to look that up. That's something I need to react to. Although the list of things to react to is definitely growing. I think I need to do like a React Blitz and do a whole bunch in one day and then upload them every single day to my new channel. There are videos. Yay! I'm gonna have to find them then. 16 likes. Sweet, guys. Someone had lightsabers at the cave troll fight in Fellowship. Oh, I need to find that. I'm gonna need to see the lightsaber blades over Game of Thrones fights too. But I love a good sword fight, as long as there's no gore. Neat. That is so cool. All right, next question. Do you need Star Wars videos to review? I've got several Star Wars tributes on my channel. Anakin teaches Ben Solo redemption, plus some Star Wars music videos like Weird Al Yoda. Ooh! If you could send me some of those links, like either in Facebook or in the community tab on my channel, I would welcome that. That would be great. Because I forget things easily because my head is stuffed with so many different things. It could shift it around like a puzzle file. Imagine my head like a dirty bedroom. You're looking for one thing and you move 5 other things to dig it out. And then by the time you put it away again, it gets buried. You try and reorganize it, but it's like then you get stressed out. It's like an earthquake happening. All the shelves fall over and it takes forever to sift through it again. That's what happens with my ideas and thoughts. That's how jumbled up they get. So, yeah. Hello there to Warren Thorne. Welcome back. 15 watching, 16 thumbs up. Sweet. Okay. Cool. Anyway. Wow. That's some really bubbly cheese there. Superhero. Virtual hugs, high fives, whatever works, right? Ian Luke production. Why does that look familiar? Oh my goodness. Why have I heard that name before? I'm trying to dig it up. Okay. Hello. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of people checking in. Hello to Chelsea. Oh my goodness. Whoa, Ian Luke production. Dude, are you the guy that did the fan film with Luke with a bunch of younglings? I'm starting to geek out. Oh, for Pete's sake. Ah! Tragedy of the Chosen One. Okay, I couldn't remember. I could not remember. I've watched so many different Okay, now I'm geeking out. Dude! That's so cool. Yes, I did react to one of his videos. Ah, that was so cool. Oh my god, why am I geeking out so much? Oh wow, that's so cool. All right. Okay. I have no idea anything with their video games. No idea. Okay, Wretched Hive is asking, how do I post in community tab? Okay. Go. Oh goodness, I'm not sure how to do that with my subscribers. How you could post it in a comment on one of my latest posts in the community tab. If you can find my posts on the community tab, look for the comment section and post the links in comments. That would work. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. Okay. Warren Thorns, anyone's enjoying the Star Wars on Disney Plus? A little bit. Honestly, some of the things on Disney Plus have left me pretty disappointed. There are several movies in which they have changed the voices, and that irks me to no end. Like, this film is presented as originally. No, it isn't. They changed all the voices. They dubbed over everybody except Sean Connery and Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and I'm still ticked off. I stopped watching it because of that. It's like, why do you do that to something that we knew and loved? That is disrespectful to Albert Sharp and Janet Monroe and the little guy that played King Bron. That made me mad, honestly. And I have not really watched Star Wars on Disney Plus unless it's been Clone Wars or Rebels, or what else did I watch on Disney Plus? A little bit. I don't remember what I've watched on Disney Plus, but mostly it's been the new stuff because I can't take any more either voice replacements or dubs. That's why I'm not watching any more of the classics on Disney Plus, because I don't trust them anymore. Like, what did you do to the original voices? That's disrespectful. Anyway, and it's not that I'm afraid of saying McClunky, but I've got so many versions of the saga already. DVD, Blu-ray, digital versions, despecialized. I don't need any more. Willow on Disney Plus, that's cool. Willow's one of my favorite fantasy movies. I like it. It's a little bit jokey, but I really, really like it. It's fun. And since I'm a sap and the little kids that played Elora Danan were the cutest little buggers ever, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's cute babies. Yeah, for that reason alone, I love Willow. I love cheesy 80s fantasy movies. Okay. Any more questions, guys? As I sit here eating nachos. I heard that too, Darren. Willow was originally going to have a sequel, but it never happened. Even though Warwick Davis wanted one so bad, he's been talking about it like forever. Thank you very much, Wretched Hive. I will go for that, and that has been added to my list of videos to react to. Thank you very much. Okay. Chelsall says, quizzes seem to be getting more popular during the lockdown. Have you ever considered doing a weekly Star Wars one on your channel? No, because Honestly, the Star Wars quizzes that have already been made are ridiculously easy, or they have a misspelling or misinformation that irks the heck out of the perfectionist side of me. And I've got so many stories and other things knocking around in my head, like billiard balls are constantly bumping into each other and they can't find a pocket to go into. Imagine a pool table during an earthquake. That's what my ideas are doing right now. And hardly ever any one of them find a spot where they can actually boink, go in and I can use them. So, yeah. A Willow Disney Plus series and the works of Ron Howard. Oh, want. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. Cute. Somebody's asking, is Willow a prequel of Star Wars, a movie about the ancient time on Coruscant? I don't think so. Okay. JB Frost is asking, do you find it weird that the only known Sith in the movie Star Wars universe physically changed by the dark side were Anakin and the Emperor, while the other Sith remained unchanged? Oh, like the dark side sort of it twisted them around. Well, the Emperor got twisted because his force lightning got deflected back at him and made him sort of melt a little bit. Like Carrie Fisher, may she rest in peace, mentioned more melted. Just think of that. That's a good application. Yeah, Willow is the Star Wars equivalent of Lord of the Rings. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Anakin, honestly, a lot of Darksiders get injured by the dark side. I know Anakin's eyes went yellow, but Maul's eyes also went yellow too. It's like a weird transformation. But honestly, I find that the Sith Lords that were changed by the dark side were mostly, it was a physical transformation that resulted from their own arrogance. For example, Palpatine got his lightning reflected back at him, and that's how he got all weird. Anakin, you underestimate my power, and Obi-Wan had the high ground and slice and dice, and then he got toasted. He got fried crispy on the edge of the volcano, so his injuries resulted from his arrogance. Darth Maul, he got the way my brother used to say it, cut off guard. He wasn't expecting Obi-Wan to jump up and then slice him in half, and that's how he ended up with that. So from what I've been able to see, I know Dooku is one, and also his Dooku's confidence in his status with Palpatine came back to bite him. So mostly it's the arrogance of the Sith that comes back around to and get them all messed up. So that's at least my theory. Yeah. Fun fact, the only time Darth Maul blinks in The Phantom Menace is when he gets cut in half. I didn't notice that. I'm going to have to rewatch that. So. Yeah. Obi-Wan is the only Jedi to have used that move. Jump, flip over someone, and then slice them in half. That move is actually seen as very, very brutal. That's a good point, Darren. Ben's eyes never turned red or yellow. Honestly, I think that was more of an artistic decision by the directors rather than a physical transformation, because excellent Darth Crosis, perfect. Primal rage and hatred, it's Sith fury and full submerging into the dark side. Okay, that's that. I will buy that. And honestly, Darren, I would argue, how do we know Ben's eyes never turned red or yellow? He's wearing that helmet so often as Kylo. How do we know they didn't turn color underneath the helmet and he only took it off when his eyes were normal? Theory. Just a theory. Ben Solo did a move similar to a Knight of Ren. Yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness. Jeff looked it up. It's known as Mook. I can't pronounce that either. Mookie, whatever. It's used to disable a dangerous opponent instead of kill them. Yes, I looked that up. Okay, even happens of Knights of the Republic if you folded the dark side. Okay. Yeah, Ben was not trained by a proper Sith master. I don't buy the idea that it's Sith alchemy. Honestly, I think that was an oversight and a creative direction by the directors rather than an indication of how evil it is. Look at everything he did. He wiped out his entire school. He committed horrible atrocities. He used the dark side. He was basically worshiping a burned out, smashed helmet, for Pete's sake. It was He was a weird fanboy who liked to throw tantrums. So I do not think Kylo Ren was a Sith. He was just a super. Honestly, Sith seem a lot more controlled than Kylo was. Kylo was just blind rage. Sith are just they're physically consciously tapping into the dark side and drawing on it, like reeling in to fuel themselves. So while Kylo was totally dark side, he did not use the same methods to contact the dark side, at least to some extent, that the Sith did, at least the trained Sith. So, okay, answering your question, Darren, how did Kylo Ren get Vader's mask? Did he ransack Vader's grave? Yes. As far as I know, that is exactly what happened. Kylo went to Endor and found the funeral pyre that had been used to burn Vader's armor. Since we're pretty sure since he came into a Force ghost, his body disappeared, or he had to be released. I don't know what it was, but I can't imagine he found any bones. But he found the helmet. He was a grave robber, basically. He dug it out and then was like, "Ooh, my trophy! I shall speak to this like a madman." Anyway, okay. Dark Jedi would be more appropriate. I don't know. I would say Darksider specifically, because Kylo's a loose cannon. I mean, he had very little control, if any. Everybody else, when they tapped in the dark side, they were way more controlled than Kylo was. I mean, even Anakin, and Anakin became Darth Vader. So, yeah, it was just this blind, raw fury. It's like, I don't know of a good analogy to use. Don't worry, Jurassic Guard, you're not alone. A lot of people still consider other things canon. Honestly, I don't care what's canon. I like a lot of fan fiction better than like anything, either in Legends or current canons. So, honestly, if it stays true to the spirit of the characters and the spirit of Star Wars, which is good versus evil and good winning out, then I still love it. So, anyway. There's a lot of things in Disney Star Wars I have problems with, but there's a lot of things, an equal amount or even more, in the Legends books that I have problems with. The only Legends books I would ever consider canon is anything written by Timothy Zahn. Anything else either gets too weird or Luke goes way too far out of character. So, yeah, it's just that. Anything written by Timothy Zahn. Anything else, I can just take it or leave it. Like, yeah, bye. Yeah, I would agree with that, Darren. Honestly, what I get most out of the Disney Star Wars is the introduction of new characters and new planets. Whoop, hello. This is a very long string of cheese. Boba Fett. Yeah, a lot of people feel like Boba Fett was wasted in the movies. Totally fine. Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it, Wretched Hive. IMO, the only thing that is canon is the films. The rest is just stories told from people from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. They could be true and they may not. Just my opinion. Okay. Whatever works. True. And also, Legends Star Wars, Some of those names are so darn hard to pronounce. You can't figure out how to pronounce. There's so many Z's and apostrophes and like, how the heck do I pronounce this name? Yeah, the names in Disney Star Wars are ridiculously simple. A lot of them are just like 3 or 4 letters. So I can see why they'd be easier to remember. Although Mara Jade is another good name. I have to say, I was not a fan of Mara Jade until she hooked up with Luke. I have to say that. I didn't like her at all until I don't like Mara at all unless she's literally with Luke. Other than that, yeah. Because when Mara's with Luke, they work so well together. Okay, Revan has been confirmed canon. Anybody else have any more questions? We're getting into an hour here. Nice discussion, but 16 people watching, 20 likes. Yay! Tall Tales in the Star Wars Galaxy equals Force Unleashed. Yes. Admiral Pelion. Yes, exactly. That's why I keep mentioning Timothy Zahn. I'm still so happy I got to meet him at the comic convention last year. He's like the nicest grandpa ever. Okay, Jeff is asking, did you want to go into detail about future channel plans? They're kind of limited right now. I can't make any long-term plans until I have a more reliable income and this whole virus thing ends, because I can't travel anywhere. I can't really go do some in-depth shopping unless it's online to get anything, like even props, because I've got all these ideas, but I don't have either the space or the help or frankly the funds to pay for them. All my ideas are expensive. And plus, of course, there's my wedding in October. So it's Wretched Hive. I love that idea. Although I don't think that's the case. Wretched Hive, to answer your question, who's asking, will the last shot of the Clone Wars be Ahsoka on Tatooine staring at the Twin Suns? No, because as far as we... Ew, that was gross. Because as far as we know, Ahsoka never did anything as regards to Luke or Leia. It's like she never met them, or at least as far as we know, she kept sort of away from Anakin's kids. I don't even know if she knew they existed, so I don't see Ahsoka going to Tatooine. Tatooine ending with the Twin Suns would be nice, but honestly, if they do anything else with Tatooine and the Twin Suns and the Force theme, I want it to be in the Kenobi series when Kenobi is sort of looking out and watching over Luke, kind of like he did in Twin Suns, but with a little closer, if you will. Ahsoka, I have no idea. I literally have no, and I don't want to speculate because I don't want to ruin it. So, anyway, okay. JB Frost is asking, who would you cast as a live-action version of Thrawn if he were to appear in a future movie? I don't watch enough movies and memorize actors' names well enough to say something like that. Somebody mentioned Benedict Cumberbatch, but I don't know. I want somebody who can play cold, calculating, and just kind of flat. Like he respects his enemies, but he's very cold and extremely intelligent. Like I said, I don't know enough actors' names to know who could pull that off. So I have no opinion on that, unfortunately. Okay. And Darren's saying, I think Order 66 is going to happen in the next few episodes. No! It's going to make me cry. I am not looking forward to that at all. I mean, if Ahsoka ends up, like, encountering or watching part of Order 66, that would be just, that gut punch. Super gut punch, and, like, sticking a knife in the heart. That's just horrible. Although what I can see happening is Ahsoka watching part of Order 66 going down and Rex trying to stop it, but Rex sort of going AWOL at that point since he said, we took out our chips. We did not kill any Jedi. So since Rex was not with Anakin, that means Rex was probably with Ahsoka. Rex got the order. He probably had to do something horrible, like end up killing some of his clone brothers with him in order to make sure they didn't fire on Ahsoka. And oh yeah, that should just be painful. And he finally takes off his helmet. This Rex, completely broken, he takes off his helmet and turns to Ahsoka and basically yells at her, "Run, run! Just get out of here! Don't go near any clones. Hide who you were as a Jedi. Don't show your lightsabers. Just go." Go, and don't worry about me. We'll probably meet up if it's meant to be, but just go. So I could see Rex saving Ahsoka's life in their last like little stand together, and then Ahsoka leaving. And I don't know where Ahsoka's going to end up. Apparently, she's been traveling the galaxy at the point of Rebels, and finds a way to help the rebellion. But that's what I see happening. Okay, JB Frost is asking, was it ever confirmed if Ahsoka was dead by Rise of Skywalker? No idea. The only character I know of that, at the very least, her ship is still intact, Hera Syndulla, because we saw the ghost in the Rise of Skywalker. That was a great moment, by the way. So anyway, yeah, we know she survives up until Return of the Jedi. So beyond that, I have no idea. I don't know what the lifespan of a Togruta is. I have to look it up. All right. Okay. Good question from Wretched Hive, who asked, with Ahsoka no longer being a Jedi, will the clones attack or doing Order 66? I could see some of them. Like, it would really hurt if the clones who were wearing the helmets with her face paint on them turned on her. At least until Rex ordered them to stop. But like we saw with Tup, the way he sort of lost his mind, I honestly think either Rex would have to sort of start killing off fellow clones, which would be horrible and heartbreaking to watch in order to save Ahsoka, or sort of fight them off while she left. I don't know. I really don't know. 93 years. Okay. Togruta fan. So she okay, going with Jurassic Guard's statement of most Togruta living about 93 years, I could see Ahsoka surviving to Rise of Skywalker. She'd be pretty old, but she could still kick some butt if she wanted to. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I mean, there's the legends where nobody seemed to age at all, but okay. All right. Good statement by JB Frost, who says, if Ahsoka were still alive by Rise of Skywalker, she'd be 71 years old. And Togruta live around 80 plus years. Interesting username. Good theory. Jesse will be the one to execute Order 66. Yes, I honestly think that's going to happen. I had to check Google. All right, you know what? Whatever works. Okay, look out. All right, we're at more than an hour in. Anybody got any more questions? Jesse the clone that got captured by Maul in the last couple episodes of Clone Wars and then set free at the last minute. Yeah. Wretched Hive, scroll up a little bit. Apparently, the average life expectancy of Ahsoka's race is between 80 plus and 93 years. The Togruta species. You know what would be horribly heartbreaking, but a really interesting segue into Rebels? If part of Order 66 we go to Master... Oh, that would be such a gut punch, though. If we go where Master Bilaba is, I mean, it's been portrayed in comics, but if we hang out with Master Bilaba and see them when Order 66 gets executed and when Caleb goes on the run, that would be a very heartbreaking but believable transition into Rebels, since that happens next. Or Solo. I mean, we've already got some nods to Solo, but I kind of want to see more of a young Caleb Dume, but I don't. That would just kill me. And seeing the moment where Caleb Dume, future Kanan Jarrus, loses his mask. Oh, that would kill me. Oh, that would be so bad. Caleb's in the trailer. Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm seriously going to cry. I'm going to need lots of tissues if that happens. Wookiees and whatever Yoda is has really long lifespan. That's right. Okay. JB Frost is asking, I've always been wondering, where did Ahsoka get the new white sabers in Rebels? Ooh, I've never seen those before outside maybe the dark saber. Well, the dark saber is like the polar opposite of the white saber, of the white lightsaber. Tongue twister. So, I don't know. Honestly, I think Ahsoka sort of rebuilt her lightsabers so they wouldn't have any particular color to show that she's no longer aligned with either side. She hasn't used the dark side. She's more on the side of the Jedi, obviously, than the dark side. But so I don't know. Maybe she took them apart and rebuilt them, or maybe interesting manual reading. Who's saying, I wish we got to see Shaak Ti's perspective of the Battle of Coruscant. We've still got time. We've got three episodes left of Clone Wars. We could still jump back to that and see what happens. Because Shaak Ti versus Grievous, even though we know who wins at this point, that would be pretty cool. We saw that in the Samurai Jack from the Clone Wars, but seeing it with this newer Clone Wars, with the animation that we got, that would be pretty amazing. So, yeah, I could see that. I could see them doing that. Richard Hive is asking, will they show inside the Jedi Temple during Order 66? I don't think so. Okay. Answering JB Frost, who says, I may be in the dark about this, but who's Caleb? Okay. Do you know who Kanan Jarrus is? He was the main Jedi, the long-haired Jedi who ended up, spoiler alert, going blind in Rebels and training Ezra. His original birth name was Caleb Dume. He was trained by Master Depa Billaba, and we see a little hologram of in the last episode of Clone Wars. Last couple episodes, I think he was in a hologram off to the side. And he lost his master during the Clone Wars. He ended up becoming something of a drunk, hiding from who he was for the longest time, till he met up with Hera. Got a book of that, by the way, which is awesome. And that he took the name Kanan Jarrus to hide his former identity as Caleb Dume. Caleb Dume was the Jedi Padawan. Kanan Jarrus becomes the Jedi Knight. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Don't worry about it, JV Frost. I'm sort of a hardcore Rebels fan, so yeah. More Togruta. Yeah, male Togruta. That's an interesting thing. Yeah, all right. Cool. All right. And I'm still not finished with my nachos, even though I'm... Exactly, just how Obi-Wan changed his name to Ben. Yes. It was for their own personal safety. And Kanan may have done it because he saw himself as a coward because he ran away. But Ben did it because he was the one who was looking after Luke, and he knew if he was in danger, there'd be nobody left to look after Luke and make sure he was okay. So, hello to Crimson Minotaur. Don't worry about it. We're going to be hanging around for a little while, at least until I'm done with my nachos. And I've been munching on these almost the whole time, so no worries. Jumping back and forth here, pardon me. I wouldn't worry about it. All right. Answering Jeff, who says, I thought Ahsoka always had the white sabers. I don't watch the show, but I've always seen her with them. All right. In Star Wars Clone Wars, she starts off with blue lightsabers. Well, a blue lightsaber Or is it green? Anyway, she starts off with a lightsaber very similar in construction to Anakin's because, of course, Anakin's her master. And Padawans often imitate the style of their masters when they build their lightsabers. As time goes on, Ahsoka develops her fighting styles to use two lightsabers, one regular size and one shoto or shorter saber with it's like 24, 18 inches long and a slightly shorter handle. Those are the ones we see Anakin hand to her. By the time Rebels rolls around, Ahsoka has white lightsabers, even though she's still using two. I think they're both the same size. They look like the same hilts, but clearly she either switched out crystals or did something to turn them white. I don't know all the mechanics of lightsaber construction, so I hope that answers your question. All right, next one down. Rom Kota from Force Unleashed. That's an interesting idea. All right. Be munching some more and waiting for questions. 20 people watching, 21 thumbs up. Interesting thing to point out by a Jurassic guard. I can imagine how heartbreaking it would be to learn about the lives of the temple guards whose branch of the order was shattered during Order 66. Other Jedi Order's branches survived. That kind of makes sense because anything around the temple, it was like decimated. And anybody who was near a clone off-world, decimated. The other people who were training in temples, like, remember Kaden was saying on Lothal, there are different Jedi temples scattered throughout the galaxy. I would imagine those temples, those like distant temples that were not involved so much in the war would have a better fighting chance because there were several Jedi that managed to escape, even if Vader kind of hunted them down later. But yeah. Okay. Wretched Hive is asking, who's your favorite Star Wars character? Yours is Rey. My favorite Star Wars character has been and forever will be Luke. I've been a Luke fangirl since I was 7. I also really love R2-D2 and Yoda. My favorite character in the new series overall has to be Finn. Mostly because I like his interactions with other characters and he's really funny. And I like to see at least a little bit of character development. So anyway, oh my goodness, Richard Long, hello, Arizona, 94 degrees. Ugh, I can imagine that feels like there's two suns. We're finally starting to warm up out here. We've got a high in the mid 60s today. Tomorrow it jumps to the 70s. A couple days this week are even supposed to get up into the 80s. So that's Utah for you. We've got like a couple weeks fall, spring. Okay, more winter, and then a little bit of spring, and then more winter. And then all of a sudden, over the course of like 3 days, it jumps from winter to the beginnings of summer. So I can understand like, oh goodness, it's getting warm out there. But honestly, I can't wait for it to warm up. I want summer to come fast, as long as it's not really bad. I don't want anybody getting hurt over the summer, like from forest fires or excessive heat, but I want a good hot summer for several reasons. Okay. All right. Interesting. JB Frost, that's a very interesting idea, who says, I think the color of a lightsaber was reflected by a Jedi's specialization or mindset. Like if they were combat oriented, it was blue, more connected with the Force, it was green. Interesting theory. I'm going to have to look into that. Crimson Minotaur, yeah, R2 and Anakin Skywalker. Anakin's really grown on me since Clone Wars. Jeff says summer is overrated. That's just because you live in a really humid climate, honey. I can understand why you'd say summer's overrated if you have bugs the size of pterodactyls and humidity, about 90% humidity most of the time. So, yeah, if I lived in a climate like that, I'd say summer was overrated. But we got dry heat out here. Overrated. That's interesting. Manual breathing. Favorite is Palpatine. He's, as far as I'm concerned, in Star Wars, Palpatine is pretty much the devil incarnate. Because the evil is all around, and he is the one who keeps pulling the strings. That's the analogy I think of. Evil will always be present. And he's like, the puppet master behind all the evil. So, Bugs the size of a pterodactyl. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you in return to Wretched Hive of Scum and Villainy. Virtual hugs, virtual high fives. Thank you for checking in. May the force be with you too. All right, we're gonna keep going for a little longer. I think I'm just gonna keep going until I run out of nachos. Snoke is a puppet of Palpatine. That's a very disturbing. I sometimes think of things literally like a droid. So when the initial image that pops into my head when someone says Snoke is a puppet of Palpatine, I literally get this image of Snoke being like a marionette and Palpatine pulling the strings. But true. And if anybody saw in Rise of Skywalker, those tanks, there were several like cloned, almost like pieces of snow covering around in one of those tanks. Ugh, it was just gross. So, yeah. So, yeah. Hello. Manali, I dropped something. Got a saying around here, unless it's not good for her. If it hits the ground, it goes to the hound. And she's snoring right now. Darn it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting question, JB Frost. I don't think I'm going to comment on that. Whoa. Hello, Michael Wilson. Welcome back. Is there any characters you think didn't get enough screen time from episodes 1 to 9? Where shall I begin? Qui-Gon didn't get enough screen time. I'm trying to go through the list here. Old Ben didn't get enough screen time. The new trilogy, Luke didn't get nearly enough screen time, and it was a travesty. That's just because I'm a Luke fangirl. As far as new characters, who didn't get enough screen time? Other than Luke, I'm trying to move away from that. Who didn't get enough screen time? I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say she didn't get enough screen time, but there were too many sidekicks. There were too many sidekicks in episode 9. Sidekick-itis. Rose. Yes. They started off with the character, and then they sort of swept her under the rug. Jeff, trying to answer your question, how familiar are we with Exegol before Rise of Skywalker? Until Rise of Skywalker, the place didn't exist. That it was an invention of the writers of episode 9, and since it's a movie, it's canon. That's all there is to it. Asajj Ventress unfinished arc. You know what? There's a few episodes left. Maybe in the next few episodes we get to see Order 66. The death of Asajj Ventress. Wait a minute. Dooku already died, so I guess Asajj Ventress is already dead. Anyway. Okay, never mind. Forget I said that. Fighting style and musical theme. Okay. Yes. Answering Richard Long, he says, in the Star Wars universe, do you believe that the light and dark side of the Force is their version of religion? Yes. George Lucas has even stated as much. It's less of a religion, though, and more of a moral code that they follow. It took the Eastern approach of a yin and yang. Basically that there's always light and there is always darkness. If there's too much of one or the other, then things are out of balance. So... But there are other indications in there, like the theme of forgiveness and redemption. The two themes I hang on to most tightly, and also the fact that in Star Wars, good is, there's no like, oh, the bad is fine or the good is bad. There isn't really a gray area. They tried to put that in there, but there's still no gray area. There's good and there is evil. And you basically, that's the choice every person has to make, whether, the Force or not, ouch, is whether to be good or evil, or follow the good or follow the evil. And the good is shown as in more of a positive side. Like in Rogue One, we found out, okay, even the good guys have to make some really nasty decisions because war is really ugly. But in the end, the good guys always win over the bad. The light triumphs over the darkness. And between that and the themes of family and friendship and loyalty, courage, and redemption. That's the stuff that I hang on to in there. Anyway, okay. Qui-Gon, yes. All right. It's okay. It's okay, Jurassic Guard. I didn't comment on it because I didn't really know what to comment on it. Yeah, Rose. You know what? Finn offered, but she wanted to stay behind, to be fair. It's okay. It's okay, Jurassic Guard. Don't worry about it. Korriban. Yeah. Yeah. I have no comment on that because I don't really want to get into a rant. And the only thing I knew about Korriban was from the video games. So, ooh, hello. Mm. All right. Any more questions before these nachos are gone? I'm sorry if I'm not commenting on everything, but if I don't comment on a particular comment or question directly, it's because I don't know how to answer. It's not because I don't care. So apologies to anybody that's feeling left out. All right. Okay. All right, Jeff. He's asking how many more nachos I have. This is it. I've just been nibbling at them so I can answer questions. All right. Good point. Darren, Sith have Exegol and the Jedi have Octu. Gesundheit. I'm sorry. It just sounds too much like a sneeze to me. Okay, don't worry, Jurassic Guard. I see your comments and I'm not commenting on them because, okay, I see your comments. You don't have to keep commenting the same thing because it's considered spam. And I don't want you to get in trouble with YouTube because when YouTube marks something as spam, their bots get a little bit out of control. Since so many people are working from home now, YouTube is controlled almost exclusively by bots. So you have to be careful with commenting many, many times in a row. Just hold back a little bit. I don't want you getting in trouble because of that, okay? That's all. Thank you. All right. Any more questions regarding Star Wars or suggestions for future videos? I'd welcome that. I don't really have anything planned for this coming week. Yeah, you're right. You heard me right. Other than Clone Wars review, there is nothing planned for this last week of April from tomorrow the 27th until Thursday the 30th. I have nothing planned. Nothing. So any ideas for that? Interesting. But yeah, any ideas for new content that I can post when it's not, Star Wars Day or anything like that? Please, help me. You're my only hope. All right. Next question from Crimson Minotaur. Anyone ever thought of an angel Jedi since angels are part of Star Wars? That's a very interesting idea. Yeah, from the moons of Viego. And we saw them in an early episode of Clone Wars, Mystery of a Thousand Moons. This had the kid Jabo Hood. And it's pretty much the only time we see the angels in Star Wars. That's a very interesting idea. Okay. Okay. Jeff, honey, oh my goodness. I don't need to react to that kind of thing right now, all right? It's, I'll react to that thing when it's more, I don't know. That's the kind of thing I don't like to post my reactions to. That's the kind of thing I react to in private. But thanks for the suggestion, honey. All right. Interesting point, Richard Long. JB Frost, one last thing I wanted to ask. Do you have a favorite voice actor for Vader? James Earl Jones, of course. As far as I'm concerned, he's the only one with Vader. That's all there is to it. End of story. It's okay, Jeff. Don't worry about it. Darren's asking, speaking of Star Wars Day, what are you doing May the 4th? I had a list somewhere. If it doesn't cause a whole bunch of lag, I may look for it, so hold on just a sec. Look like Crimson Minotaur. Alright, let's see here. Where are you? Where did I put that? Gotta find my list of... Here we go. Vlogs. Oh my goodness, Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray is not available on Amazon? Dang. Holy macaroons. So much for that movie being like, oh, it's the worst Star Wars. Yeah, and people are buying it right and left. That just makes me laugh. Hello. Alright, let's see here. Alright, need to wait for it to load. Everything's going super slow. If I get lag, I'm so sorry. Alright. Mortis, yes. Yeah. I'd have to agree with that, Jurassic Guard. I really do think the Mortis arc took place in some sort of a weird time warp or alternate thing. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good with that kind of thing. Okay. Star Wars vlogs. Oh, okay. Somebody asked what my plan for next week. I was going to comment on something Lord of the Rings, specifically. Oh, this has already been posted. The Life of Samwise Gamgee. Since I did the Life of Eagles a while back and I haven't done any more Lord of the Rings vlogs. Come on, you will load. Why are you stopping and sticking? There we go. Wednesday, my original plan was to do 5 worst things about the sequel trilogy, but I kind of don't want to give anybody another platform for ranting and saying Disney sucks and putting a whole bunch of profanity in there. So if I do that, I'm probably going to turn off comments. They can just put a thumbs down. That doesn't bother me. And then Friday the 1st, of course, is Clone Wars episode 11. May 3rd through the 9th is Star Wars week, at least for me. May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Okay. All I have written down is celebrating Star Wars Day with food, games, cosplay, watching Clone Wars. Wait a minute, not Clone Wars. Oh, I put that on the wrong day. Watching a movie drawn out of a hat. Mario. Watching random movie drawn out of a hat. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm probably going to go back to the blue milk and some Star Wars snacks and then watch a Star Wars movie. And maybe do the whole thing in Jedi cost. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know when I'm going to be able to talk about Rise of Skywalker on Blu-ray since it's not available on Amazon right now. And Friday the 8th is Clone Wars series finale. Oh my goodness. There are like... Wow. Alright. Is that it? Is that the last 2 episodes? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Because I saw there were going to be 12 episodes in the whole season. So, wow. Okay. So that's what I got planned. After that, there is nothing until Wednesday, the 13th of May. Oh, and then later on in May, 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. But other than that, there's nothing. I have literally nothing. I wish I could show you how empty this paper is. There's nothing there. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Okay. Star Wars Galactic Atlas book shows it. Oh, yeah, I had one of those, and I keep forgetting to look at it. Binge watch Star Wars and dress up. All right, Crimson Minotaur. Crimson Minotaur, another question. What are your thoughts on the Yuuzhan Vong? I hate them. I think between Luke going out of character and what the Yuuzhan Vong did to screw up the whole galaxy, and then how the whole thing ended, that whole thing is rage-inducing, especially the way that series started with Vector Prime. They dropped a freaking moon on Chewie. And what's so disrespectful, the author said, I wanted to show things were serious by killing off the family dog. Chewie is so much more than that. So don't ask me about the Vong. You will get a really long rant. After Vector Prime, I stopped reading Expanded Universe. That's how mad it made me. So, yeah, okay. That's, it's okay, Darth Crosis. I'm sure I'll find it eventually. Yeah, the Vong they feel too much something like from Star Trek. Okay. It's all right, superhero kind of guy. Thank you for coming by and yeah, maybe left-handed salute. That is so disrespectful. I am so sorry. My dad was in the Navy. I got taught how to salute properly. If it's with the left hand, it's very disrespectful. With the right hand, then it's good. Okay. All right. JB Frost question, pure opinion question. Do you consider Rey a prodigy of any sort? Yeah, she is. That's the only way to explain it, because there are some people who are just born with certain talents in a particular area. So, calling Rey a prodigy, even though she didn't show her talents until later in life, because usually a prodigy is someone that shows their talents for something like music or mathematics or language super, super early, like usually in between toddlerhood and the age of about 6 or 7. Rey, I would call a late bloomer who got on the fast track. A prodigy sort of feels right, but since she wasn't super young when her force powers finally showed up, at least as far as we know. I mean, maybe with her background and her parentage, her powers or whatever were sort of suppressed, and her parents are sort of trying to tamp it down to make sure the Emperor didn't find her. That's all I've got. Right. And Jurassic Guard, yes, I totally agree with that. That is the only way that's the only reason the plot went that way, and I'm still mad at them for killing Chewie. You know what, Darren? That's pretty close. There is a book set before Force Awakens that showed Rey getting a hold of a flight simulator console. That was how she learned how to fly so many different ships. Pardon me. And yeah, and it has been shown with real planes that to some extent learning on a video game does show you the basics, especially if you've got a really good setup. Like my dad was on Flight Sim forever, and when my uncle used to have a small private plane, he would, he got behind the controls and he was actually flying fine. He pretty much flew a plane for a couple of hours. Beyond that, yeah, essentially she was playing flight simulator games. So that's how she learned how to fly. All right. Michael Wilson's asking, what are your thoughts on films that spoof Star Wars? I hate them. I seriously, seriously hate them. I don't know why, but parodies of Star Wars almost put me in dark side rage mode. They make me mad, and I don't even know why. They just do. All right. So yeah, I hate Star Wars parody videos, especially, I mean, if it starts off as a fan film and turns into a little bit of a parody, then that's okay. Big production parodies, go away. Yeah, I can understand that. If you're talking about, suppressing your force power so Palpatine wouldn't find her, it seems kind of mean, but yeah. Yeah, agreed, JB. It explains, or her flying with video games essentially explains why Rey piloting the Falcon was so rough at first. Exactly. All right, Crimson Minotaur. Yes, there are stories of Imperial officers and soldiers, mostly in the books. There are stories of Imperial officers and soldiers. Yeah, I don't read them because I don't care. Okay, interesting information, Richard. Yeah, I mean, totally agree. Darth Crosis said, I don't like parodies. And I don't care how well regarded something is in the film industry. That doesn't stop me from hating it. Okay, hate's too strong a word. Avoiding it like the plague, I guess, is more appropriate. All right, I'm almost out of nachos. I think I can do. And I'm being summoned. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I'm right in the middle of live stream. Can you wait like 5 minutes? Or just 2 minutes? 2 minutes. I need to be able to sign off in the middle of live streaming on my channel. Five. Five will work. Disliking with a passion. I like that. Get more nachos. No, there are no more nachos left. And I need to leave because I got a phone call. I need to talk on the phone. It may be something regarding my wedding. So, pardon me, Jeff and I's wedding. I don't want to leave you out, honey. But we like the coronavirus. Yikes. Anyway, I really need to go now so I can, yeah, I may be getting a lead for help about the wedding in October. So I really need to jump on that while I still can. So, okay, Richard Long, yes. Oh, former serviceman. If you said that before, I apologize for forgetting. But yes, saluting to you. Thank you for your service to the country. Okay, so yeah, I need to, I need to sign off now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see everybody again. The next live stream I'm planning is for next Sunday, depending on how much longer this whole thing goes. It seems like it's never going to end, but I know it will end eventually. I just don't know when. I'll see everybody again tomorrow for the vlog. It may be Lord of the Rings, it may be something else, but I hope everyone stays safe. Keep using common sense. Virtual hugs going out to everybody. You're really good subscribers. So yeah, see everybody tomorrow, and may the force be with you all. If I can click the end stream, there it is.